Hello and welcome to this episode of Women's Cricket Chat with me, Alex. Me, Alex? I'm not Alex. I sound like I'm on Nobles. Hello and welcome to this episode of Women's Cricket Chat with me, Georgie, alongside me, Alex Pereira. And I'm absolutely buzzing to say that today we are joined by our first ever Pakistan guest. And we have the wonderful 2021 Women's Emerging Player of the Year, Fatima Sana. Fatima, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's an honor.
Yeah, we are absolutely buzzing to have you. Not only the first ever Pakistan female player to be the ICC Emerging Player of the Year, but also our first Pakistan guest on Women's Cricket Chat. So that seems like a pretty good place to start. So can we talk through what an honour it was for you to win that accolade in 2021?
I think that was my career turning point. That was my first award, so I think that was brilliant feelings also.
And how did you find out that you had won it? Did you just get a phone call, or did you know about the shortlist and everything beforehand and think maybe I'm in for this one?
No, I just received the call from the media manager from the PCB. So that was the first call from the media manager from PCB.
And I mean, 2021 was a pretty spectacular year for you, taking your maiden 5-wicket haul in ODIs, which was 5 for 39 against the West Indies. Amazing figures. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, at the time, my all seniors support me a lot, and my captain Javeria Khan is also like, today's wicket is very tricky for the batters, so you can enjoy your bowling and something like that type of confidence. So she gave me a lot of confidence, and my coaches also give me a lot of confidence. So I just try to enjoy myself at that time.
And you seem to have so many variations in your bowling for someone so young. Like, did you start developing those from a young age, or is it just something you've really worked at since you've sort of reached that top level?
No, actually, I was playing on a street cricket, so I was trying to bowl on some variations that helped me, and I just try to bowl on a good areas for the boys, so they can't hit me in the streets. So I just try to bowl.
You just take on the boys and get them out in the street, yeah?
Yeah. So that was the time I was learning all the slow ones.
And do you think that really helped your game playing street cricket first?
Yes, at that time I was like totally support me a lot in my totally career.
So would you say that street cricket and your love of street cricket was in a way your pathway into women's cricket and into the Pakistan women's team?
I think no, because the street cricket is a different cricket, and the international cricket, I have learned a lot from the international cricket and the domestic cricket. So totally different things.
And so how did you get involved with domestic cricket and then international cricket in the first place? Who inspired you and how did it all start?
Yes, Sana Baji, Sana Mir, she inspired me a lot, and when I was 11 years old, I was only asking everyone, where is Sana Mir, and where I can find her. So she inspired me a lot.
And do you think that there are young girls now looking up to you and being like, look, I can get involved too now?
Yes, when I was in National Stadium in Karachi, and there is lots of girls came and asked me about my bowling and batting. So I think it gives me some extra confidence to help them.
And I wanted to ask about the 50 over World Cup earlier this year. What was it like to have a little cheerleader in Bisma Maroof's daughter Fatima? What was it like to have her on tour with you guys?
Yes, she's like our sweetheart because everyone is very close from her. So she's like very pretty and small, so everyone enjoy with her.
And so maybe she's a star of the future, but it's you, the star. You're the star, Fatima, for now, and maybe she'll catch up with you at some point. But can you talk us through what it was like to make your debut not only internationally, but now you're on that franchise league. So you've been playing. We saw you play at Fairbreak this year. You went out to the Caribbean Premier League, and then there's also the concept of the Pakistan league coming up for the women, and then potentially the women's IPL. So there's so much opportunity. What would it mean to you to be involved in more of those around the world?
Yes, obviously, the every franchise league also like a learning process for everyone, because there is lots of international players who can learn, and everyone is like supporting each other. So I think the franchise league is very important for the youngsters also. So the PSL is very good advantage.
And Fatima, with the growth of women's cricket in particular in Pakistan, what would having a women's PSL, because we've seen how well the men's PSL has done. I know they've only recently been allowed to play in Pakistan, and we've seen those crowds recently for the Test match series. How pleasing would it be to get those sort of crowds in for a women's game in Pakistan?
Yes, as you know, the Pakistan is not a cultural women's cultural, so but the PCB support everyone. So I think when the PSL Women's League starts, so I think everyone come and support us, and the even men's players also support us. So I think that's the main thing.
And how much of a crossover do you have with the men's team?
Sorry,
How
your
much
voice.
how much of a crossover do you have with the men's team? Do you ever get to see them training or have conversations with them?
Yes, I had a conversation with Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf, and these guys. Yes.
And what's it like to be able to pick their brains and pick up bowling tips from them?
Yeah, I learned a lot from the Haris Rauf, because he is very good in the slow ones and Yorkers in the depth. So I learned a lot from him. So at that time, in our camp, he was come and ask how's your training goes and everything. So when I learned that.
And it's obviously nice to have that support from the men's team. And I think it's a good way for both teams to sort of bond in a way.
Yes, bilkul. Obviously, we are waiting, and when we were practicing with each other, so I think they support us very, and like they want to every woman to support in the big matches and the international matches. So that's why they support us very.
And for me, looking in at Pakistan cricket, whether it's men's or women's, it seems to have just that something special that even people not from Pakistan, we love to support the Pakistan team. You just got a sort of magic about it. What is it about Pakistan cricket that is just so inviting for everyone to get behind?
Actually, the cricket is very, very famous in Pakistan, and everyone wants to watch in like from crowd and something. That the crowd is very famous, because everyone wants to see the international things in Pakistan. So after many years, like New Zealand came and England came, so that's why everyone wants to love this.
And, not to put the women's team down at all, you just recently played Ireland in a 3-match ODI series and a 3-match T20 series, winning both of those. The ODI series very comfortably. I think in one game you scored over 330 odds. So women's cricket in Pakistan seems to just be growing and growing.
Yes, definitely, because now PCB's support in grassroots also, like under 19 and under 16. So definitely it helps Pakistan team also. So that's the main reason, I think.
And you must have your eye on some of those girls going out to the under 19, because they're not that much younger than you, are they? How much will it mean to them to be able to be involved in that? And will you be watching?
Yes, definitely. There is lots of people, like lots of girls who's my friend also, because we are same ages persons. So that's why.
And what have we got to expect from that under-19 team? And then also looking ahead of that, the T20 World Cup coming up in February.
Yes, obviously they have a lot of chance to learn from the international level, because the international level has a totally different level, and the domestic is also totally different, because the international pressure is totally different thing. So I think they learned a lot from the international things.
Do you ever feel that pressure as an international, or have you got used to it now?
Yes, obviously, when the international matches, like big team matches like Australia, India, England, so yes, there is lots of pressure, but the main person is like whose pressure handling is good. So I think.
We can't look at pressure in international cricket without talking about the landmark that this year was the Commonwealth Games and having women's cricket in that for the first time. Could you talk to us a bit about what it was like being part of that? You know, things like the opening ceremony and playing for Pakistan as a whole rather than just Pakistan cricket.
No, I think the main thing is we need to enjoy everything, but there is like when we feel that our country is standing here and the national anthem, so at that time we have some extra pressure, otherwise it's, we want to enjoy everything.
And how proud were you to be part of that?
Yes, obviously, I really enjoyed the Commonwealth game and the World Cup, because that was my biggest event, so that's the main ones.
And with the Commonwealths being held in Birmingham, what did you think of Birmingham as a whole, as it does have a large South Asian heritage to it? So I'm curious to know your thoughts.
Yes, we really enjoyed there, and the shopping one is very good in England, because there is lots of things which we can't buy in Pakistan. So that's the thing.
What was your favorite thing that they had that you haven't got?
Spikes, cricket spikes.
Because I always find that when I go away, there's certain English things that I need, like Marmite and dairy milk
Oh,
chocolate. So yeah, we obviously had the Commonwealth Games this year. Another inaugural event we had where I first met you was Fair Break, where you were part of the Barmy Army team, captained by Heather Knight. What was that like as an experience for you? Because you had like there were some of the biggest names in women's cricket across that, and you know you were one of the superstars too. What was that whole tournament like for you?
Yes, obviously, the first one, Fair Break, was like my first event, like franchise one. So she gave me a lot of confidence, and when I was nervous and sometimes, so she came and asked me about just enjoy yourself, and had the night she gave me a lot of confidence in outfield, on field, both. So I think when you played like a big ones players, international players, so you learn a lot from them, so that's the main thing.
And obviously, you're playing with these internationals from some of the big teams. What is it like for you as an all-rounder, and you're practicing your bowling in the nets? What's it like to bowl to the likes of Heather Knight, Deandra Dottin, Laura Wolfart?
Yes, we had always a plan for them, because we just had sitting in meetings and asking with Diana Bake. As you know, Diana is my bowling partner. So we just like sitting together and ask each other to how we bowl and something like.
And you and Diana are this sort of dynamic duo, we could say, of Pakistan's bowling side. What's it like? What's your relationship like with her, both on and off the field?
Yes, obviously, she's my bowling partner, so I always enjoy bowling with her, because we had very good conversation of the field and on the field. So I think our combination together is like we really enjoyed together. So that's the thing.
So can we call you to Pakistan women's cricket's version of Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad then?
Yes, James Anderson is my favorite player, and I just watch in Pakistan also. So yes, you can, but we have to learn a lot of them.
And do you pick up any tips watching the likes of Anderson bowling? And who would you say is your hero on the women's side as well?
Yes, I learned a lot of from him. I think the swing and how he's control the new ball and that type of things.
So, do you think, in the same way he plays a lot of red ball cricket, would you like to get a chance to play more test matches and have a go with more of the red ball and get that swing going?
Yes, obviously, I just love to watch test match because there is lots of swinging, bowling, and batters played very tricky shots and something. So that's why I love to play test match.
And I just wanted to go back to something a little bit earlier when we were talking about pressure. Obviously, you made your debut in 2019, just before a few months before your 18th birthday. So you're making your international debut at 17, which is crazy because when we were 17, we just did exams. We're not, representing our country on the biggest stage. Did you feel any pressure being so young, but being so accomplished as well to be, you know what, I deserve my shot in at international level?
Uh, I think at that time the Sana Mir role was very important in my life because when I came in Pakistan camp and she was like, "You were my small sister's type." So she supports me a lot in outfield, on field, and even she supports me at that time. Like she was my roommate also, and she tried to, she tried to give everything. So that's the main thing.
And what's the vibe like within the Pakistan team? Have you got the sort of mothers of the group, the fun ones? Because I feel like Diana has got a very cheeky sense of humor. And so have you got the sort of those that like to have a bit more fun, those are a bit more serious, and is it quite like a family vibe?
It's totally family like because everyone enjoying together, and the Nida Dar and Diana Bek always try to fun with each other. So I think that's the thing.
And then obviously you've got Bisma Maroof as your captain as well. What's her captaincy like?
Actually, when I was playing with Sanamir and after that Bisma Baji, and it's totally like Bisma Maruf, everything learned from her. So they both like same for me because they both support me a lot. So I think
And would you ever have your eyes on maybe one day developing into a captaincy role yourself?
I don't think at that time because I just want to carry my career because I just want to take lots of thing is international cricket, and yes, definitely I have lots of things in my mind, but not captaincy. I just try to take the Pakistan moment, winning moments.
And you say you have lots of things on your mind. What are those goals and those things you're striving for?
Best all-rounder because I always follow Alice Perry, and the fastest bowler in the world because I follow Shabnam Ismail. So I think that type of.
And I know we've previously talked about franchise cricket and that you've expanded into franchise cricket this year. How cool would it be for you yourself personally to get to play in the 100? Because I think only on the men's side they've only had Mohammed Amir, so it'd be so cool if you were like the first Pakistani women's cricketer to play in the 100.
Yes, it will be exciting for me because everyone wants to play the franchise league. So it will be exciting for me if I got a chance.
And I guess that's also another opportunity to get to play alongside the likes of Elise Perry and those people that you really look up to. Is that a chance that you could sort of pick their brains and learn different things from them?
Yes, obviously, I just want to learn a lot of things from them because I always followed Alice Perry, even outfield, on field, and when I was playing against Australia in Commonwealth game. So I always watching her and asking some like questions, which helps me. So
And she's obviously from a country that have a well-established structure for women's cricket, and it's paid off. They're phenomenal, the Australian side. What's it like now in Pakistan, and how has it improved and grown since you first got involved with cricket?
yes, now everyone is starting supporting each other, and the women's culture is like different in Pakistan now, and everyone supports women's also. So I think the PCB role is very important in women's cricket because they support in under 19 and under 16 also. So inshallah you will see lots of things in future about Pakistan cricket.
And what is the domestic setup like out there? Because obviously we have the counties, the regions, and then quite a lot of English players in the 100. What's it like in Pakistan?
In Pakistan, here is under 19 tournament and then seniors championship and then a triangular like this is one is also like under 19 and seniors mix up that type of tournament and then PSL. It will be.
And with the franchise thing, I just wanted to go back to looking up to Shabnam Ismail as the fastest bowler and one of your heroes. Obviously, she was also out at Fairbrook. Did you get a chance to see her in the nets or talk to her about how she picks up so much pace?
Yes, I was asked her also because she was in a fair break also. So I was asked. I had a conversation with her because she's in a Sanami's team, so she needs to give lots of things.
And how much do you think that tournament developed you as a player, being able to pick up all these tips from people, but also being able to show yourself as a bowler and a batter on such a global stage?
Yes, I think after that I'm little bit disciplined person and I got some betting wise experience and then obviously bowling is like I learned a lot from bowling also.
And who would you say was your bowling partner equivalent of Diana, but in that Barmy Army team?
Sorry?
Who was your bowling partner in that the Barmy Army team?
Tara Norris, she was my friend in Barmy Army also because we had very good conversation and we really enjoyed together. She teasing me a lot also and I'm teasing her also.
I mean, you guys will probably get to play against each other in the World Cup in 2026 with it being in the US. How exciting is that the 2026 World Cup is going to be in the USA?
Yes, inshallah, I will be there if I got a chance and I will meet her also. So,
And so, talking about World Cups, we can't ignore that the Women's T20 World Cup is now only 2 months away. What are you up to at the moment in order to prepare for that in the hope of selection for that Pakistan team?
yes, we will have a Australia series in the next month, and then after straight to the World Cup. So I think the Australia series was will be the our motivation one because we need to carry lots of things from the Australian team. So
And so that's obviously a chance to play against the top nation, the defending champions. What are your hopes and prospects going into that series?
I just have lots of plans for them because I just watching Meg Lanning batting and Talia Magra batting. So I have lots of plans and I will discuss with Diana also. So after that, I will tell you.
Yeah, you can give us a wrap up. And what would it be like to get the wicket of Elise Perry?
Yes, I try my best, inshallah.
So I have a question. Would you rather get Elise Perry out or hit her for six?
Sorry?
So would you rather get Elise Perry out or hit her for six?
Obviously out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So when does selection and everything come out for that tournament?
For the World Cup?
Yeah.
Pakistan squad is already announced because of Australia series.
Oh yes, clever. So you're in there, you're ready. And what are the prospects for Pakistan? Are we going to see a copy of the men's tournament this year? You're going to be in that final?
Yes, hopefully, inshallah, we will try our best to win this.
And I just wanted
Obviously, for the win.
And obviously, it puts women's cricket on such a global stage, these tournaments. What does it mean to you to be a role model for the young girls in Pakistan wanting to play cricket?
Yes, obviously, because when I was young and I was also like, I don't know about the Pakistan women's cricket team at that time. So now everyone knows Pakistan women's cricket team because we uh, last time in Asia Cup we win against India. So after that in Pakistan there is lots of confidence and there is lots of people who supports women's cricket also. So
And what was it like to beat India in that?
yeah, hopefully we will win.
Is that the big one, to beat India?
Yes, India and Australia, that one will be.
I just wanted to ask, what would you say to the younger girls in Pakistan who are maybe thinking about getting involved in cricket?
Yes, definitely we will support them and they have to work hard because everything's depend on work hard and like now talent is not only a thing but because work hard is beating talent also. So just work hard.
I know we touched a little bit on the Asia Cup, but for our listeners who perhaps don't know what the Asia Cup is or don't really know too much about it, could you explain a little bit about the Asia Cup?
Asia Cup is like every Asian country is participate in the Asia Cup. So it's a small World Cup like because is only Asian teams is participating.
And how much has it grown since you've been part of it? Like the Asia Cup is, the South Asian teams are so integral to cricket across the world. So how competitive has that become, and what did it mean to beat arch nemesis rivals India in that final?
Yes, obviously everyone wants to beat India because everyone like as Pakistan versus India things. So everyone wants to beat India. So we have very good conversation with Indian players, but cricket is always a enjoying thing. So we just had enjoy things.
And what's the media coverage like in Pakistan for the women's cricket team?
Yes, now media is supporting women's cricket also because now in Pakistan the women's cricket is like improving, so everyone supports.
And just a final question. So what would you say is your ultimate dream in cricket?
Obviously the fastest bowler in the world and the become an all-rounder for the Pakistan and wants to uh, winning the matches for the Pakistan.
And winning the World Cup?
Yes, obviously it's my biggest dream.
And lastly, how much are you looking forward to the idea that next year brings both the Women's Pakistan League and the World Cup? It's going to be a really exciting few months, isn't it?
Yes, obviously, because I just want to learn everything from the international players, and that exposure means a lot for youngsters also. So I just try to learn them, and I'm very exciting about PSL and the fair break also.
Amazing. Well, we absolutely loved having you at Fair Break this year, so I'm very excited that you'll be back again in that Barmy Army kit, which is really quite cool. Just before we finish, could you tell our listeners where they can find you on social media?
Maybe on Instagram.
And what is your name on Instagram that they can find?
Fatima Sana 14.
Fabulous. Well, I'm sure hopefully you'll pick up a load more followers from this, but we won't keep you any longer. It's been so fab to have you on, Fatima, also known as Fatty Pop. Is that right? Did I read that?
Yes, is my nickname because my teammates give me this name.
And it's stuck now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Diana became Beyonce for a while at Fair Break. So between you, you've got it all going on. But honestly, thank you so much, Fatima, for joining us today. It's been really, really fab. And hopefully we can get more Pakistan players on the podcast and share more of the stories about the incredible growth of cricket in Pakistan and young superstars like yourself. So good luck with everything you've got coming. It's almost Christmas over here. It's almost Christmas. What's the date today? We've got 2 days. So Merry Christmas as well. And we will see you in the new year doing
as will you, because happy advance Merry Christmas for you.
And so thank you. And we will see you in the new year doing everything that you do out there with the ball, with the bat on the cricket field. Thank you so much, Fatima.
Thank you so much.